Okay, what it do? We are here. I see chats already flying in. Go ahead and help your boy out. Drop a thumbs up early. Okay. Here we go. I should have. Oh, okay. I got a little bottle of water right there. Jupiter in Aries. Here we go. I've actually been excited to do this. Take a moment and vote real quick in the chat. It says, have you healed deep wounds in your identity? I spelled identity wrong. Since 2018. Okay, what does that mean? What are we talking about? Aries is here. I'm gonna pull some cards from this. This is Aries and Emperor deck. Don't be surprised if you get the Aries card, or we get it off the rip. In the ways that I love to do it, let's crack this wide open. Let's do it. If I can get this to just be normal and still. I do thank you for those thumbs up. I guess we're just leaning, huh? We're just leaning, and some of you might feel like that's what you need to do during this Aries season. Off to the right, I have my astrology chart. May 10th is when Jupiter in Aries pops off. Are you excited about this? Take your vote in the chat off to the right if you are excited for this Aries type energy. Thank you. I see some people voting already. Ready for this transit. Aries is the shit. Appreciate you on that. And oh my God, yes. So I see people rocking in it. What's up, Elijah? How you doing? I am here. I did see your message. I'll say to you up front quick, Thursday, I'll be in West Hartford area. And it'd be dope to meet you around that time. I'm gonna send you a message back about Thursday. Thank you for those thumbs up. Jupiter in Aries. Okay. I'm honest to God, really super excited about it. And I'm also anxious about this particular transit. Why? If you're a fire sign or a air sign, you will pretty much love all of this, but then there will be some annoyances as well with this transit. Why? Because it's going to retrograde. I do have in the chats, in the description, when it'll retrograde. Thank you, Elijah. I see you. And that retrograde looks like October 27th. I lied. It's going to retrograde June 28th. So what does that mean when Jupiter retrogrades? This is a big planet, okay? It is the biggest planet in our personal solar system. I think that's one of the first things to say about Jupiter in general. Jupiter is about social injustices. It's about long distance travel. It's about full expansion. It is a benefic planet, so it is pretty much the happiest planet. Venus is the only other planet that will give you really good rewards. But what I like about Jupiter is it kind of gives you good and big rewards just because. Venus in Aries, Mercury in Aries, you got both in, oh crap. So I want you to look into, thank you Elijah for saying that. I want to look at Aries and understand that this is where the areas that Jupiter will expand the most. Now, I will also say that if you have anything 0 to 9 degrees of Aries, you will be impacted even more. We're going to call you the stars of the show. As we lean, I feel like I'm leaning. I feel crazy. I see 3-4 on screen, 3 people watching currently, 4 likes. I've been seeing 3-4 all day, every day. And this really tells me the objective wisdom of a sage. Just wanted to shoot that out. If you have those 0 to 9 degrees in Aries, this is something where you want to pay attention. Why? Back in 2018 is when Jupiter first went into, no, I lied. Chiron first went into Aries. Now, what does this mean? And what is Chiron? And why does it matter? Because Jupiter expands everything that it goes over. And so it will be making delicious love in conjunction format with Chiron. Chiron in Aries has been this great deep healing of our identity. If you're wondering why your relationships have either sucked or just been very tough, very chaotic, very much of people that you relate with or come across romantically in business, as well as your friendships. If you're wondering, why has these relationships brought me so many people trying to cross my boundaries? Jupiter's all about going beyond the boundary, but this is primarily because Chiron, the wounded healer, is in Aries, your identity. This is yourself. This is why I titled this something about expand from your wounds. You are expanding from your wounds. 4-4 on screen. This is you building your character, your individual character. I saw somebody in the chats, and I would like for you all, live or now, drop your Aries placement. Where's Aries at in your chart? Go ahead, drop that. Thank y'all for the 4 votes. Why? Because if you do drop that, I'll be able to give you some specifics. And I want to, hey, what's up, Bryce Lee? Aries Sun, Gemini Rising, gang. I'm a Gemini Rising, progressed this year since my birthday. Thank you all for those donations that y'all sent out. And that like right there I see. And an Aries Moon. Okay, boom. So I have Aries Moon as well as Aries Sun. You, as the Aries Moon, Aries Sun, you're going to go through it, right? I could tell you right now, and I'm going to try to give the forecast for each person. I see you, Fatima Faith, hello. I'm going to try to give the forecast for each person on how will you be impacted based off your rising sign. Primarily, I want you to focus on your rising sign, but you can definitely still listen for your sun, as there will be some impact on your sun sign as well. For Aries, starting off, you are looking at a 9th house and a 12th house. Both of those houses for you will kind of go through an impact. So I've been feeling that as an Aries. Like, I've been required to rest. I'm like awkwardly not at full strength. Like, I was going during Aries season, and then, you know, life, transits, astrological transits, progressed Aries Moon and Mercury, gang. Thank you for those thumbs up. So here's what's interesting. 9th house, Aries. What this expansion looks like for you, especially before the retrograde, May 10th, we go at Jupiter into Aries. Great. June 28th, we go retrograde. So that's pretty much about a month and a half, right? A month and 14 days before we go back retrograde. This is going to be good. It's going to be a little annoying for some of the fire signs and air signs, but for the water and the earth, once we go retrograde, it's going to be good. Why? Because earth signs really like to take their time. They want to build in a very methodical and practical way. My Virgos, Caps, Taurus, they want things to just make sense and really go according to the plan. And too many disruptions is really not all that good, which is why this eclipse season, the solar eclipse in Taurus and the lunar eclipse in Scorpio, coming on May 15th, after Jupiter goes into Aries, this looks like, thank you for dropping your placements. I see you, Soul Reaper. I'm going to address all your placements, each one of them one by one. Thank you for the votes and for the thumbs up. Appreciate you. Everything from May 10th. What is this? Yep. I'm going to show you this in a second. Yep. For starters, this is preparing us for material success. All right. This is preparing us for material success, but it comes after the conflict. Okay. So right prior to this would have been a 5. Okay. Where some conflict would have been had with your coins. So right now, this is what's happening. Even from this energetic pull, you feel the expansion coming. You feel the growth. You feel how much you have healed since 2018 when Chiron has entered Aries. And once Chiron entered Aries, all these wounds about how you have allowed people to walk all over you. How have you allowed people to treat you less than what you are? I'm not even going to say worth, because that would be Taurus. This is Aries. Less than what you are. Less than who you are. Because Aries says I am. So people essentially have been playing you for who you are. Because of that, your finances have actually struggled. This could have been you housing somebody. All right. This is me talking general, not about any specific sign in the moment. But this is where before you get this load of material success on this expansion of Jupiter in Aries, it comes because you did a certain amount of work, a certain amount of healing. Thank you for those thumbs up. A certain amount of healing on your identity, because the opposite of Aries is who? Libra, which will sacrifice itself. And it will, in that self-sacrifice for partnership, especially any forms of superficial partnerships, you're realizing that anybody in a superficial relationship you've been with, those things have withered away. And if they haven't, I guarantee it will by time this eclipse goes off lunar in Scorpio, which means endings, okay? Things have ended. Certain relationships have ended. And it's a beautiful blessing that it has, because thank you for those thumbs up. I will promise you, I'm seeing marriages destroyed. I'm seeing long-term business partnerships destroyed. I'm seeing people with 30 years, okay? 30, 35 years in a marriage, and things are just going, just ending. It's just like, it's buck wild. But all of it is good. You have this card, the Lord of Material Success. This is collective for the reading right now. I'm going to approach everybody on an individual rising sign, so give me a moment. The success comes after, but why? Because 6 is Virgo, which is because you've improved on the healing journey of yourself. You have went on a journey of yourself. You got a very big spark and a boost all during Aries season, starting at the spring equinox. Thank you for all those who came to my spring equinox events, and all of the events that you come to. I'm going to likely run one for the eclipse. Let me know if you would like that. It'll likely be May 14th. If you want to see me run an event, I'll pretty much do it just on your demand in the comments, and that'll look like May 14th. I haven't created it yet, but let me know what you would like to see from an event as it comes to closings, endings, and that'll be cool. I'll go ahead and make that out for you. And also thank you tremendously all for the patience, because like I said, I am an Aries. I'm Aries Sun, Moon, and Mercury. And I've been straight 12th house transits, okay? All Aries. You've been in 12th house for mad long. This is forcing the requirement of rest. Now, what's nice is Venus is officially in Aries. Jupiter will be there on May 2nd, May 10th, okay? Mars will follow after, not too much long after, okay? Mars will eventually leave Pisces. All that Pisces in the sky is putting Aries at a slow halt that we may not necessarily fully like, but it is necessary for us. It's necessary for all of you listening. And this will be replicated even if you're not in Aries, any of the other zodiac signs. June 28th this year, when Jupiter goes retrograde. This is when essentially all my water signs who didn't have the time to feel their feelings, like I'm still a Scorpio rising, right? So it's like I still have such deep and even turbulent emotions beneath the surface that they need a lot of, not a lot of anything. It needs intimate partnership in order for me to really want to dig as deep as I need to go to reveal certain things. And everything that you all have did since 2018, mark the date, check your calendars, check your pictures, look back at Google Photos, look back at emails, something that reminds you of who was I likely dating around this time. 7-7 on screen, equaling 14, bringing it back to the 5, who has brought you a big change. What's up, Keisha? Kaisha, can you do me a favor? Because I love saying your name. It looks so pretty. Can you like do one of those Google spell outs of how you say your name? The pronunciation, because I really don't want to mess it up, and I really appreciate you for all your time, your effort, and energy of being here. Is my nose red like Rudolph? That's strange. What is that? That was not there earlier. Any relationship from 2018 till now that has been huge in your life, that has shaken your entire foundation, right now, you will have the opportunity to look objectively with wisdom, because of the 7 that came up. What has that done as a positive, beneficial impact and effect on your personal identity? How have you better become yourself through the conflict? Because this is what's nice. All the work you've done from 2018 till now, that's the last 4 years. Everything you've done, 2018 when my world blew up. Had a great teacher. Yep. Yep. I believe you. I hear you. And anybody wants to explain a little bit about what that looks like? If anybody wants to give me like, because I know for everybody, it's something happened drastic. Something drastic has happened that has shifted your entire course. I know that for everybody. But anybody wants to give personal examples, understand that like, for me, one of the parts that has healed my identity was not seeking outside source for my intuition. Okay. This kind of for me goes into Cancer in 8th house. Like one of those abilities, one of those things for me is channeling. I don't need to go out to other people to get messages channeled. I'm a natural channel, and naturally I'm able to channel messages. And so one of the healings for me is I used to look at my partners that I was dating as like these all-knowing, intuitive, like, oh my God, what would I do without you? I don't have access to this divinity within me. And that's one of the things that through the tough healing cuts and wounds, okay, the heart buildups, this has brought me to an understanding within my own identity as a triple Aries to rely on myself again. To realize that I've actually always been an Aries and relying on myself is a superpower. But I used to put so much responsibility, okay, on others. And this is one of the things, this is one of the impacts that Chiron has done for me as an example for healing. First 0 to 9 degrees. Understand that it won't be back at this 0 to 9 degrees in Aries. After this retrograde, which starts June 28th, I lied. After this retrograde, which is October, it leaves Aries in October. So after this goes back over to 8 degrees of Aries, it won't be back for 49 years. So congratulations. All right. I would like to say that off the rip. For 49 years, we won't have to go through this level of healing our self-identity, our character, and our instinct, our boldness, our courage, our drive, our assertion to start up a brand new something. You have to look at what house does Aries sit in your chart, and go ahead and drop that to me. What house does Aries sit in your chart? And I thank you all for seeing the comments. I'm going to address each and every one of them, I promise. Sometimes I got to go out on these rants and then come back and like answer it. I found that this is one of my best styles for me, that fits comfortable for me. Right now, you would have recognized that, and this is one for me, that I'm a highly sensitive person. I cannot deal with noise. I cannot deal with people screaming. I cannot deal with traffic, okay? Now, as a highly sensitive person or empath, whatever you want to call it in this day and age, I had to go through this healing journey with other people. Libra, 7th house. This is Chiron and Aries. This is how our wounds have revealed how to boldly be ourselves. And this is what's amazing, because Jupiter expands whatever it touches. So from May 10th up to June 28th, you will have an expansion of character. Your character role and what makes you as an individual supernatural, a superhero, literally, will be great. Now, on the downside, you have to be careful, because Jupiter will expand anything. So if you give it bad habits, bad behaviors, bad manners, it will expand those bad manners. If you give it more codependency and you didn't learn your lesson, you just decided you didn't do the work. What's good or what sucks about this transit is, if from 2018 to 2022 you did not take your healing serious, your self-healing serious, you will expand all the BS. And this will be a transit that you won't like very much at all. If you continued after your experiences have shown you how to handle anger, Aries is also anger. It transmutes anger. Anger is not a bad thing. Anger is a positive emotion if used properly. It is something that can propel you forward in the best of ways. But anger is oftentimes misunderstood, and it's also mistreated, and it's also misdirected. I thank you all for those thumbs up. You really rock for that. I appreciate you. So my point behind this is the lower levels of Aryan energy is anger, impulsivity. It's a 0 to 2 year old kid, right? So it acts like an infant. If it doesn't get its way, it thinks that it's the boss and that even if it doesn't deserve it, it should get its own way. But we have to understand that a 0 to 2 year infant, it has that right and that ability. But we are adults. We are literally adults where we need to make sure that we, in a sense, manage that 0 to 2 year old within us as the adult. We need to learn how to go ahead and sift through, because Jupiter will expand everything it touches. So with this Aries energy, it's the lower level is about learning how to sift through as an adult your lessons and experiences. Watch a little baby from 0 to 2 years old. Right now, I'm at home with my family, and I have a 1 year old, and his birthday is coming. I'm here because his birthday is here, right? As an example. And he's going to basically have Aries and Venus coming in. He's a Gemini. No, he's actually a Taurus, naturally. He has a Venus in Gemini. And his Venus will eventually be in Aries this time around the year. So he's an Aries. He'll have Jupiter in Aries as well. Okay, so what am I saying? I'm using this as an example where he's going to have, and he's showing a lot of me to me as an Aries. And I'm like, wow. During my healing journey, I had to recognize, when would I just catch temper tantrums or just not communicate what I need? Because Aries is linked closely to the base, the root chakra, security, the most basics of security. Not what you know you already wanted. It's just like what you want is what you need, and what you need is what you want. And I thank you all for those thumbs up. You really rock. So my point behind this is the lower levels need to be watched for, because Jupiter will also expand that energy. 2020, 22, 11 on screen. Before I get into a forecast, I'm going to briefly look back at your comments and see what's happening. This is a good time to say anything that you want me to address personally, or how it might affect you. Venus in Aries, Mercury in Aries, gang, MC, 3 degrees. Ah, you smart. You threw the degrees in here. So for you, for Mercury in Aries, 3 degrees, I believe that's Elijah, you will, 3 degrees, communicate, okay? You will communicate and learn how to move around your local environment instinctively, in a way where you're going to explore your curiosity, and through that you'll gain random bits and pieces of information that will ultimately come back for you at this like magical divine timing, because that's how mutable signs work. Mutable is the 3rd degree. For this Mercury in Aries I'm seeing, your expansion will help you understand this magical nature of it, which means you can't just stay in the house and do the same boring thing every day. As soon as you get bored and your curiosity is not striked, you will essentially fail your mission at that particular placement with Mercury in Aries at the 3rd degree. And if you are, let's just say, doing the same mundane things every day, you will expand that in Jupiter in Aries. That part of your character will expand your frustration. It'll expand your anger at, why am I not taking this new adventure? Why am I not creating and starting this new project? Yeah, the Food, Empress, King of Swords and Wands. Yep. Aries Sun and Rising. Oh, so self-centered. You're the star. That brings me, you already bring me into the fact that 9th house is your expansion. Self-centered, I'm going to tell you that it's time to study something in the space of higher learning. If you're potentially in school, you will have a tremendous amount of luck, okay, and getting like grants for this project. Or if you wanted to take a trip abroad, but you like maybe, you have to be careful because Jupiter expands everything. If your 9th house is, go ahead and take a trip abroad, right? It's like expand your entire philosophy and your belief system. For all my Aries risings or Aries, wherever Aries is sitting, Aries, Sun, Moon, or rising right now, I'll count for. But if you're worried, okay, you have to understand Jupiter, Aries. If you are worried, if you are not confident, it will expand that worry. So if you're like, oh my God, how am I going to get the money to take this trip to Italy? How am I going to get the money to sign up for that you know, that graphic design course, that new creative project, new creative and instinctual start. How will I do so boldly? You worry, you will expand the worry. If you hate, you will expand the hate. If you're optimistic, like Jupiter wants you to be, you will expand that optimism in a standpoint. Thank you for that thumbs up. You will expand that optimism in a way that Jupiter will reward you. Jupiter loves to do this. Jupiter's just like, take this, take this. And you're like, oh yeah? Well, I want to go bigger. And Jupiter's like, you going bigger? And then he starts to cry like a gangster who's never cried before. And it's like, I've been waiting for you to do that all my life. All my existence, I've watched you, and you finally went bigger. And take $1,000. Matter of fact, take my black card. Just go swipe what you want. And you know, I love the joke, but this is real shit though. This is real talk. I mean, Jupiter's all about it, and mind you, you have Venus there as well. So, what you value about new fresh starts, in your relationships, away from codependency or into codependency. If you still stay in a codependency, well, guess what? You will expand that codependency in a way where you will absolutely lose yourself the same way you did back in 2018 and everything from then. To 2022 now. Hey, if you're in here with me in this chat, I want you to just go ahead and, yeah, thank me too, right? Like, this is what I'm talking about. I was a highly sensitive person. Thank you both. I want you to just tap with me. If you're on the side of the screen, whatever you're doing, unless you're driving, I want you to tap these meridian points and let's release a little energy together as a group. Again, whatever you expand, whatever you do will expand. If we take the time to release energy, we will expand the energy that we release. You might be feeling some tightness, some stiffness. Right now I'm hitting my kidneys, which is what? Libra. I would show you like how and where they are, but I'm not going to because I'm wearing boxers. I'm basically naked. But I'm hitting my kidneys. Who's the kidneys? Libra. Opposite of what? Aries. I thank y'all for taking your votes up top. I see 8, 9 votes. Oh my God, yes. Boom. I see you just took that vote. Aries is the Wow, look at the screen right now. It says 44%, 33%, 11, 11. Wow. Our wishes are coming true. On what we are building on stable ground, Taurus season, so that our creative pursuits and love lives can eventually reach that trinity, okay? That divine masculine, divine feminine. Even if you are a woman dating a woman or a man dating a man, the left, the right to become the one. That forehead tap is something serious. I hear you. I hear you. Thank you all for those thumbs up. You really rock. And this is kind of what I was saying. So during this time frame from 2018 for me and what Jupiter has done, no, what Chiron and Aries has done in the healing journey, it has helped me understand and realize that I am a highly sensitive person. It's just a simple truth, you know. But in the younger, unevolved forms of me as an Aries, Moon and Mercury and Sun, if anybody ever thought or treated me as if I was a sensitive man, I would get angry and I would bust my chest open and I would go to the weight room and make sure that nobody ever called me soft again. And I'm sitting here and I'm working out to a point where, like, now I don't even really touch weights. If I'm being honest, I have not touched weights or been in the gym in the last 5 years. I've not been in the gym in the last 5 years. Most of whatever you see about my body now is just about diet, walking in really, really big cities around the world, carrying my bags and my luggage through the airport or my groceries up the stairs with like movement, the big one, as well as a little bit of calisthenics in the parks. I'm not going to like try to like fool you, but and other things, boxing, yoga, I dance, salsa, and again, whatever you give Jupiter will expand. If you give it laziness, you will become a lazy fuck. Hey, Pernell, I threw a plate today. Yeah. I almost wish that was good luck. Like you threw the plate, like some Greek and you just threw the plate and it's like, Yahtzee. I know it's not Yahtzee and I'm not trying to make fun of anybody, but my point is, what's up, Michael? O'Clark say, I love you, girl. Are you? I'm so sorry. Sometimes the names, I hope I didn't disrespect either. If you're a girl or a guy, I don't know. But I do remember you're from Scandinavia. Was it Norway? No, it wasn't Norway because I thought that before. It was somewhere. Where are you from? Where are you from, O'Clark say? Let me address your comments as well. But before I do, 2018, I had to recognize that in the lower levels of Aries energy, and this is important because you have to understand what you could be potentially expanding by accident. Sweden, thank you, you got it. Growing up and just around my environment, it's like being soft or being sensitive, especially as a guy, was a threat. It was a danger. It's like, oh no, you're not gonna pick on me. And like, yeah, you know, all of the attempts, I was a smaller kid growing up. So all the attempts for people to bully me, like I would want to Hulk out so that everybody knew that I'm not the one. But in reality, it's like, I'm really a lover. Like, I'm a fighter too. And I fought a lot of people, but a lot of that was misplaced anger. It was misplaced and misunderstood energy, where in reality, it's like, I'm actually a really sensitive person. Like I said, I don't do noise. I hate clubs. The flashing lights make me want to get dizzy and pass out. Now, while I'm drunk and under the influence, I'm just like, yeah. But what was I doing? I was numbing my senses. Okay, so Chiron and Aries, this journey for me, part of what it's shown me is it brought me back to the unique identity of me, Aries, the fifth house for me, the unique identity of me, which really doesn't like any of that stuff. And the healing journey and what is going to be rewarded as Jupiter is now in Aries is about the fact that I'm embracing this more empathic and sensitive nature of myself. I will expand my abilities on that psychic front. And it's been happening. I'm literally starting to smell things from different dimensions. Like I can hear things that I can almost see with my eyes. It's almost like my senses, my five senses have like fused in an awkward way. You know, like it's like I can taste what's missing when I eat food. Like, oh, they're missing a little bit of cayenne pepper. Like, what? And so these are like silly examples, but Aries specifically, and we're going to move on to Taurus. We're going to go down the rising signs. Aries specifically, you're being required to rest in this transit and take in what have been the unconscious and subconscious programmings that you've been living and walking by. That's 12th house, because Jupiter is affecting your 9th and your 12th house. So Aries, the rest has shown you something. All this 12th house transit, the time you've taken in seclusion, I'm still in seclusion in my own ways now. It has shown you your unconscious programmings. And in what ways have you used impulsivity to mask your insecurities? Because when an Aries does get insecure, we like to overcompensate. We like to do and prove more, which is important for everybody. I'm glad Aries is first in this, because we're talking about Jupiter in Aries and Chiron in Aries and what those wounds would look like. So who in the chat, if you feel free to share a story, who in the chat has masked an insecurity by over delivering, over proving their self and who they are to another person who was essentially using you for grade A supply of narcissistic energy? They're like, yeah, feed me. And Aries is so young and naive until it's not, where it's like, okay, I'll feed you. But the key thing is until it's not. And then when it does discover all the nonsense and the foolery, it then uses anger, because it can't express, like a 2-year-old or 0 to 2-year-old, it can't express properly what it really feels, what it really means. And so instead, it'll show itself through tantrums. Ooh, that was an accident. Thank you all for those thumbs up. That's full confirmation. I was about to give you the thumbs. And thing just ding, ding, ding. I appreciate y'all for the liking this video. So, the communication shows in a way that is essentially inappropriate and essentially misplaced. Always trying to prove. I see you, Soul Reaper. So let's check the Aries Taurus cusp. What's up, Jeremiah? That is delicious. I took care of my feet today. Yo, the feet. Are you saying that because you saw my other live when I made the mention about like blood supply in your feet? I'm gonna just show you guys right now. So this area right here on the inside of the foot, if it's sharp, and even if there's calluses, it means that you're definitely not getting enough oxygen and blood flow to the brain. So what you can do is actually increase that blood flow in the capillary refill, which will show you if you're getting oxygen or not. And it'll send new oxygenated blood that gets pulled down in the feet back up to the brain. And if you're getting more oxygen in your brain, everything in your body is working much better. This will actually prevent and help against dementia and any other mental illnesses. So that's just a cool, awkward, random fact. It's reflexology. Maybe it was a good release. I love you too, Sweden. Bang. I got the movement energy for Life Path 3 yesterday. Yeah. Yeah, I felt like I was a target. Yeah, I felt like I was a target for the women in my life, and I couldn't be soft. Yeah, I feel you. I feel you on that. I feel you on that. Integration. Yeah, my sight and hearing has been top tier. Yo, it's been crazy, right? It's almost scary sometimes. Yeah, are you a Scorpio rising, Kaisha? Yeah, I've done it by overextending my energy. Yep. That was a release for you, Jeremiah, who has done it by overextending your energy. I feel you. I just had that release with you. Yeah, I'm still secluded a lot. My Pluto and Scorpio is in my first house. Bang. For team, I definitely feel that. Aries is my 10th house in MC. When it comes to work and career, I was always doing way too much. Yep. But that's because you felt like how I felt that way too much. Even though it's spelled with just the regular way too much. But that's because I was in the wrong profession. Yeah. Aries is exalted in the sun for a reason, right? And the sun is what? Leo. So that's the heart. So Aries is exalted because an infant only does what's on its heart. Leo becomes something that is now fifth house, which is what? The beginning of having to be interpersonal and with other people. Okay. It can start turning into cliques and tribes in high school, like 17 years old. So basically it starts to base its insecurities on the validation of others. It bases its security on the validation of others until it doesn't. And then it's just boldly way to itself to the point where it'll intimidate others, but not in a bad way, in a good way, a way that actually leads us all. So my point is, if you, for the 10th house Aries right there, if you are in a career, okay, and being known for something that is not authentic and pure to your heart, think about a 0 to 2-year baby. They just don't F with it. They literally do not F with that type energy. So it's going to throw a tantrum and it's not going to perform and it's going to have migraines because Aries is the sign of the head, right? Look at this right here. It is a sign of the head and it has migraines. It's literally holding, he's literally holding a head. And there's another head here. And look how big this migraine is. Okay, I'm silly for being, but that's for this personal example. Not wrong. I got what I needed. Now using it for a new field. Boom, absolutely. And that's the key. As long as you didn't stay in it, beyond you knowing that point, then it would work well for you. I don't understand my Aries or chart that well. Been reading what I can. You can always get a reading with me. Get an AstroTherapy session. Yep, I suffer from migraines and headache tensions. Yep, definitely overcompensated with family. Ooh, I have Aries in the 5th and 6th house. Me too. Aries is also my Lilith, not me. Michael Williams, Pernell. Where's your Neptune, if you don't mind saying? Capricorn. I'm pretty sure everybody in my bracket is Neptune in Capricorn. Okay, what did I miss up top? The forehead tap in. Thank you, thank you. Wow, the cards I pulled today. I think I saw some of this. I completely lost touch with who I truly was. Yeah, this is Aries. I've been working on me ever since became celebrated a year ago. Yeah, so I'm glad you made that mention because celibacy is important for the time frame and for the purposes of what you need. And anybody newer here, hit that thumbs up button, just smash it. Why? Because Aries is the root chakra. It is the lower level energies, right? So it will impulsively in its lower levels just have sex with whatever it desires or whatever it wants in the moment. So like think of a baby who just picks up this card and just goes, I don't want the card anymore. And it picks this up and just goes, I don't want that anymore. So this literally is the prime example of an Aries. And then the baby would just move off and run away. So with Jupiter and Aries, you have to be careful again with your sex drive and your sexual decisions and choices, right? Why? Because Jupiter will expand whatever you touch. If you are just having sex, even at the same rate as before, right? Jupiter and Aries will expand that in a way where you may have less control and be more impulsive in your choices. Let's say, especially if you're single and you're just like, look, who and whatever, whenever. You have to be careful with that because Jupiter will expand whatever it touches. Right now, this is a time frame where Aries, the symbol of it, if you look at it, it actually makes a snake's tongue. It makes a snake's tongue. And this is the ability to charm the pants off of somebody else, literally. Or like in 10th house, like somebody had here, Fatima, She has the ability in her career to charm her way to that particular position, wherever she was. But maybe she didn't really want that position, and she just did it because she did it. The reason why I make this point is like fifth house. I see somebody here had a fifth and a sixth house. Fifth house, this is non-committal romances. Okay, you can charm your way into, because not really many people can resist a baby. You know what I'm saying? Like, not many people can resist. Like, you gotta be a really ugly 2-year-old for somebody to be like, ugh, don't touch me. Like, or, ugh, like, you ugly. You know, you really gotta be ugly. You, like, something really gotta be wrong. And I mean, no offense, because, you know, people try to pretend that ugly babies don't exist, but it is true. There are some ugly babies out there. Even though the majority are cute. Turn out the mic sound. It sounds like you're whispering to us. To turn it up, help y'all. It could probably be because as well, I just knocked this thing out. But beyond that, I know some of you know me if you have like a very eccentric like voice, but that's not my mood. It's true. I'm not saying right now. I'm not saying I'm proud. Aries 5-6. Yeah, yo, you have the ability to take and do whatever you want. Your son, babe. Thank you. I appreciate you. Is it just okay? Is this better? Is this sound currently better? I don't know if I messed that up. I wanna normally the mic would pick my voice up. I think it's because I okay. Now I hope I just unplugged and replugged. I hope that works because that was me flipping my whole screen. Better. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Because I was about to say, my voice is not going louder than this. Because when I tell you I'm in that 12th house rest, yo, I got like messages backed up. I got so many things that I could and want to do, but I'm like, I don't got it. I don't got the energy. I got the energy for the bare minimums. But 12th house is also hidden support, right? So it's like, I'm very grateful at the same time. Like I've been having support pull up and like somewhere randomly like $28 got just deposited in my bank. And I think it's from the government, like, which is weird. Like, why did they give me the money? I don't know. What do they want from me? I don't know. That was just, it was super random. But even beyond that, it's primarily happening for me to understand my own subconscious, unconscious patterns. So it's like, it's slowing all Aries down. It's slowing all Aries down. And you know what's interesting? As a part of this highly sensitive personality that I also have, I also love the mellow. One, because I can think a lot. Two, my headache and my migraines don't happen as quickly. You know, when I'm like off the rails, which can still always happen at any moment. I can get excited at any moment and just fucking flip out. Progress Aries, Sun, Jupiter, special time surreal. Yeah. But the nice thing is your belief systems are changing, Aries. Ninth house, your entire belief system are changing, but it's most likely going to change if you take a trip abroad. I will always preach this. If you don't have your passport, just get the passport. And understand that if you're worried about pricing and stuff like that, first off, Jupiter in Aries will, if you worry about the pricing, you will expand that worry. You cannot worry. You cannot give negative energy to Jupiter. Jupiter just is like, think of it like as a blind man. It's like you ask it for anything. You ask it for worry, it just gives you worry. Here you go. You ask it for love, it gives you more love. Here you go. You ask it for whatever, here you go. It just gives it. So you have to be mindful. I'm gonna move to Taurus. Yeah, this love and support have been at a height. It's been helping me get out of that warrior mode. Yeah, good. Because you have Aries 6th house as well. So again, it's like whatever your day-to-day work looks like, in whatever way you take care of your body or you don't take care of your body. Every day, 6th house, you feeding your body, fried foods and trans fats. It's like it's gonna expand that disease. That literally, because 6th house is where what you do every day is what creates the dis-ease, aka disease. Dis-ease. Whenever you put your body or your mind at a dis-ease, you will expand this type of energy. Amen. To travel abroad, go get it, baby. And honestly, if any of you are, I'm not vaxxed and don't want to quarantine, kind of sucks over here. I don't know where over, oh, you were in Europe, you have to be vaxxed to do anything. I'm not going to, because I'm online, I'm not going to say something too open, but you're going to get the point. I know people who are not vaxxed and they're traveling to all the countries that you need to be vaxxed in. And it's not that expensive. So you can send me an email and I can help you out. I have to use mega migraines most of my life. Started using CBDs 5 years ago. Migraines, no more. Yo, when I tell you, I'm like 3 days in. I didn't touch nothing. Are you on Telegram? I am on Telegram. I'm guessing that's a thing nowadays. I don't know what my Telegram is, but we're gonna find it, because that's not hard. It's just my name. You can type my name. Does that work? I don't use it very much. I only use it because I'm in a group that I paid to be in. All right, J Lo, what's going on? How you doing? I am on Telegram. Message me. Traveling abroad, and the reason I say that is I know how to find the cheapest of cheapest flights. I know how to, like, I travel. This is what I do, so it's just lit. All right. Before I move to Taurus, I'm feeling like pulling an animal card. I want you to just think of an intention and understand this is energy, right? So the card could be different for each of you. And if you want to just shoot the intention out loud, I can direct it. All right. If you want to just type your intention, go ahead and do that. I want to pull an animal card versus tarot. I was about to say, make sure I don't show you guys my penis by accident. Okay, here we go. You did the sweetest yes with that sound you made. Oh, crap. I wish I knew what it was. It was all natural. Okay, I got 3. Nah, I'm not taking that. Okay, I'm taking that. That junk just dropped out. Oh, wow. It looks like a lot of y'all threw some intentions at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Yeah, the Telegram. All right. The first question I see, this is your card. Somebody drop a question, drop an intention. What would you like to know? I got 6 cards, which means I'm giving this out apparently to 6 people. And in the meanwhile, while I wait for your questions, drop the thumbs up. And thank you all for intentions on self-improvement. This is you. Ooh, I love this card. I love this card. It was 6 in the chat too. Gang, 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 gang. Look at that. So I want to see all 6 of you. This card is about being spiritual yet practical. Okay, so intentional self-employment. So you got to be spiritual. What that means is you got to create the self-employment opportunities from the metaphysical. Okay, let's break that in. What does that mean? It means go ahead and take the time to wake up in the morning and pray. Just pray. You ain't got to pray to God. You ain't got to pray to Allah. You ain't got to pray to nobody specific, but you know who He is for you. Just wake up and pray on it. And when you pray, let it go as if it's already done. And then from that prayer, what is the first practical step? Thank you for that thumbs up that you can take towards your manifestation. Because understand this as well. Yes, Jupiter gives you whatever you ask for and whatever you want, but you have to do what Aries would do for the Jupiter energy to activate and work, which is what? Aries is all about that action, baby. Aries is going right at it. So in what way, from 2018 to right now, 2022, in What relationships have shown up where you've been prompted my head needs to breathe. In what ways have you been prompted through a relationship to explore a self-made opportunity? Yet, maybe you chose the relationship over that opportunity. And the time that you put into that relationship, you wish you put into your self-opportunity moments, because 4 years later, like right now, from 2018 to now, you would have been there. So this is a very, this is an earth card. It's grounded, okay? Yet it has the ability to be both grounded and lightning fast, all right? Look at this purple lightning. This is third eye type, crown chakra type. This is the heavenly, but the fact that the feet are on the ground. This makes me think of Piscean energy. So you're focusing on self-improvement. Great. Take action and it will come. I promise you. It's just that simple. I just helped a girl with this recently, and she's doing like services in her, she's taking her job from being in marketing into the more spiritual space, right? Okay. I had a talk with her. One of those talks was, do you have a Calendly? It's free. It's free. Can people book your service? You don't even got to have the swipe option on there. Right now, like even for me, like when people book with me, like they book and then they pay right after they book. I send them an email. It's a little manual work, labor, sure. But I made sure as a practical step that I made my price honestly high enough where ain't nobody just booking unless they're serious. Because quite frankly, I don't have time for people that are not serious. It's just who I am. I do not have time if you are not serious. So take that practical step. And I'm going to move to somebody else. Let me see what the intentions are. Is your intention gifts? Is that what oh, intentions on spiritual gifts and creativity. This is you. Ooh, I don't even know what that means. Fatima might know this. I'm going to get the book on this, but I see all 7 chakras. I'm going to have to look you up to give you it is a water element. But I can't even stunt. I don't pull this card very often, so I'm going to look you up for the spiritual gift. This is for Kaisha. I got this for somebody once, and I remember they didn't like it very much. Okay, so this card stands for developing confidence, having a sense of self, Aries, or a spine, as you see here. It represents a pivotal point in personal growth. You're at a crossroad between the old, aka easy, comfortable, familiar, and the new, challenging, uncomfortable, and unfamiliar. Pressure from family, you just spoke family, and friends makes this the decision even more complicated. No matter what your situation, a dilemma will rise and surface again and again. But your purpose is growing. And it's way too strong for you to ignore. So what you need to do right now for the spiritual gifts, Kaisha, is stop blaming others and stop quitting. When you are eager and you want to grow, then you know you're in balance. To help bring yourself through balance, you have to move through the discomfort. This just looks like power. I mean, you have every chakra. I think this is like the only card with every chakra color. So that's for you. There you go. Yeah, we gang out here. I had 6 cards pull up. So that means I got 4 more people. What Kaisha said? All right, Elijah. Looks like Kundalini energy. But Elijah, you wanted the 6. I'm ooh. Another one. Another one that I just don't ever pull. So I know it's for you because it's not my energy at all. Elijah, I get it. This is your Virgo. The mouse is detail oriented. Ooh, I'm sorry. I hate to say this out loud. It's small-minded. It's nitpicky. And it's nervous. This is Virgo, 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 Virgo. The mouse has an innate desire to tend to the details. It spends all day fixing, preparing, organizing, scrutinizing. You have to notice that you've gone too far in that process, that part of the process. It's an important part of the process, but you've gone too far. Eventually what happens is you become too narrow-minded and you have a fearful vision of life. And you try to control every little detail, which is not going to allow you to move forward. It's painful for the mouse and for those around you. And I had an AstroTherapy session with you. So I already know, like, you heard me. It's painful for me. Because I'm like, Elijah, like, I know you. I know you from a long time ago. And I'm like, it's painful for me because I'm like, look, from the AstroTherapy session, I'm like, I'm giving you the goddamn keys, bro. Just start the car. Oh, you don't know how to drive stick shift? It's cool. When your life depends on it and you move like that, I bet you just and the stick shift. But eventually you get high enough in that gear where even the slowest momentum will get you out of that small-mindedness. Oh my God, Elijah, we talked about this. It said it's time for you to find a more purposeful project. Something that's actually worth your exacting eye. So for me, like, I have Virgo 10th house, right? And it's like, you know, part of that, what's worth my exacting eye, a part of it was astrology. I needed something where I can basically communicate the language of the gods. And I did more and more research, and logos is the writings of the gods, and astrology, astrologos. This is the language of the stars, the language of the light. Stars are light, the language of the light, light language. It's the language of the gods. It's their gift to us here, and it's in every culture. You look at the Vatican, you look at anything, it always, the wheel's everywhere. And the wheel actually goes more like this, like a snake, and then it creates the wheel, and that's a Taurus effect. But whatever, that's a different story. That's you. Virgo on Mars, yeah. It's time to chill. All right, who's my next question? Do I see it somewhere? But Elijah, for you, when you're out of balance, you're being busy with no purpose. When you're in balance, you're organized, resourceful, and prepared. But to bring it to balance, start a meaningful project. I have 3 more cards. If no one says anything, I will use them later. Oh, Clark say, intention gap to give a second chance in relationship. I got you. I got you. And I see you, Soul Reaper. Yeah, we getting a lot of, so I'm going to take a pause because I just got another lower level energy, and I say that with all love. So I'm going to take a pause. I'm going to do something. If you're here with me, I want you to just be with me for a moment, because the Buffalo, honestly, the Buffalo was really the highest level in this. And I like this card a lot. I pulled this card for myself on the overall energy of the year, right? And I'm going to probably give you a little bit more on that. But to get 3, 1, 2, 3 in a row, what it's telling me right now is that a lot of people watching, or even setting the intentions that they're setting, it's all too small. It's all too small. I did get the raccoon. And essentially this means like come out of the shadowy elements and kind of reveal your talents. Okay, so I'm going to give you more on that. But before I give you more on the raccoon, Clark say, I want to just take a moment to I'm gonna do a 1-2 exercise. I'm gonna do a 1-2 exercise. Okay. For starters, I want you to take these 2 fingers, your middle finger and your pointer finger. I want you to put them right here. I want you to begin to rub on this third eye. And I want you to slow it down. But I want you to go intentionally to the left on this circle. I'm going to tell you what this is. This is actually a bruja technique that I learned in Mexico. And I want you to spin over to the left. This is your third eye, obviously. This is the space of your imagination, or it's also the place on the negative side where you will see physical barriers and blocks. And what this does is, going to the left, it deprograms. So I want you to deprogram anything that has affected negatively your self-worth. Your ability to feel, think, be, I am. Everything Aries. As we're into this Jupiter in Aries, we're going to deprogram everything that has wounded who I am. I want you to take a soft, long, deep, but quiet inhale from the belly. Notice the belly rise like a balloon, but the chest stays still. And as you exhale, slowly just allow the air to escape. I want you to reverse directions. And you're going to go clockwise. And this is allowing us to reprogram. And as you reprogram, just listen to my voice. As you relax your jaw and all the tension just withers away, allow it to sink like an anchor in the ocean down to the bottom. I am strong, bold, and worthy of all my pursuits, especially those of instinct, those that require courage, those that require bravery, those that require my unique identity. I fearlessly pursue all of my wants, yet I am secure. I am safe. I know who I am, and I know who I am not. I embrace this reprogramming. I embrace this reprogramming. I am everything that I am and nothing that I am not. Release the tension in your face. Allow your ears to melt like wax in a hot summer. Thank you for joining me. Okay, here we go. If you're new in this, I want you to definitely press the thumbs up. I'm going to give you, I believe this is Oclartse, the raccoon. The raccoon is talented, it's shadowy, and it's in hiding. This was addressing relationships and giving it a second chance out there in Sweden. Raccoon energy is at play in all artists, to greater or lesser degrees. At best, it indicates talent, tenacity, and skillfulness with a particular musical instrument or creative tool. Its shadow side points to an unresolved issue around self-image. There we go, ding, ding, ding. And success. Sometimes using a stage name or wearing a mask works in an artist's favor. Other times, it limits creativity. Am I who my audience thinks I am? What if I am ready to grow into something more? Raccoon energy won't let us off the hook until this creative ego fear is resolved. You're out of balance if you find yourself competitive or in that space of being a starving artist. When you're in balance, you are a generous friend and an exceptional artist. To bring into balance, make new work. Now, what this tells me in the space of the fact that the question was primarily about a relationship, it says to me, take the mask off in your relationship. Stop hiding the creative and artistic parts of yourself. Because you do such a thing, you will never energetically attract the right partner who basically you require to embrace that artistic side of who you are. Yeah. The creative ego fear must be resolved. As you do this, you will start to attract someone who will really appreciate your art. And when I say your art, I feel like this is primarily the art of who I am, the art of who you are. But it can also be material art, yes. Oh, crap. The last two of you are good. This is what we're talking about. Look at how that worked. I will put these two cards of whoever's left. Soul Reaper is going to be the next. I'm going to mix these two to see which one is for you. But I bet you already figured it out. Soul Reaper, intentions on spiritually based business. Yep. Yep. Okay. Here we go. And the one for you is... It could only be. It could only be. I knew it was this one. Do me a favor. Let me know if this is the one that you thought was going to be you or if you thought it was the zebra. I know what both of them are, but let me know. You got the Cosmic Egg. The Cosmic Egg is the final card in this deck. When I think of Jupiter being in Aries, here's what this means for you, based off if you want to start your spiritually based business. The first thing I always remember about this card is it's about the infinite within the infinite. It is the infinite within the infinite. Look at how colorful this egg is. And on top of that, understand it as a card. I got Cosmic Egg. Yep. Thank you. I knew it. And recognize that when you get a circle, this is a card of spirit. You have 4 elements: earth, wind, fire, air. When you get the circle, it's the card of spirit. Spirit means that it is completely out of your control. You don't have any control. Which says what? Your spiritual business is going to begin if you're ready or not. As soon as you saw both, I knew. Yeah. This spiritual business is going to begin whether you're ready or not. Where's Aries at in your chart? Soul Reaper. I saw you say it way earlier, but... I've seen my crush Cam on 7 license plates. What does that mean? 7 is literally objective wisdom. It means you know what to do. Why is it still your crush? Why is it not your girlfriend or boyfriend? I can't tell if Cam is girl or boy, but Cameron or Camera. I don't know which one it is, but I hope that answers that pretty much like right away. I mean, 7 license plates. I mean, let's go. It's beyond luck. Go fucking get it. Yeah, so the Cosmic Egg, I know it means the infinite within the infinite off the rip. That's the first thing I always remember. It generally means that there's a story to close, but it's not over. There's just a new one to begin. So this makes me think lunar eclipse actually right now in Scorpio, wherever Scorpio or Taurus is in your chart. And lunar eclipse is looking like dramatic endings. You have to now go back to 2014. What were you doing and what did you start for a business in 2014? That business is done. The story behind it, the hurt and the pain, what brought you through your traumatic ups and downs and turbulent emotions, everything about 2014 for you, it's done. This is completion and it actually brings you harmony. This is definitely more lunar eclipse. So you have to go more 2014, Soul Reaper. Yeah, you tread the path for quite some time, and through self-effort and grace, we experience self-realization. You already know what your spiritual business is. You literally have gone through all of this. You put the effort in. The only thing right now is you're holding on to the story. Yep, as I said that, my arm just tingled. You see what I'm saying? There was nothing there, but the arm is Gemini. And that brought me to the story. And it felt like a spider was on my arm, so Reaper, which tells me creativity, okay? You have to think of the web of a spider. It weaves such a beautiful and near perfect web, like Charlotte's Web. Just think about the web. Spiders represents creativity. If you gave me a color, I would know what. If I count my skin being brown, a brown spider would say that it's time to ground in that creative nature of yourself. Ground, brown. Okay, it's time to ground in that creative nature of yourself. And then you have Mars in Aries. Yeah, 29 degrees. That's the degree of Leo. What's up, baby? And you have it in Chiron. I understand. Also in the 17th degree. Soul Reaper, what this tells me right now is you are literally afraid of fame. Yep. Scorpio 8. Yep. So you also, in this lunar eclipse, you realize that the psychological transformation is here, and that your mind knows how to make billions. Like that's the first, like when I see 26 degree, I think billions first. Your mind understands your worth, even though Chiron and Aries is making you heal that creative nature of yourself, to be unique enough to go into that completion. The lunar eclipse, this is why you got the spirit, because you can't fight a lunar eclipse. You can't fight a lunar eclipse, especially not one in Scorpio. It's only going to bring you pain. But remind you, this card says harmony, completion and harmony. So lunar eclipses are completion. And it's bringing harmony because of what? North Node in Taurus. So you have to bring out the secrets from 2014. Understand what has hurt you in 2014. What has, in a sense, broken your trust, broken your faith in yourself, your creative self, your creative abilities. That's how you get on. All right. Who is my last one? I hope that helped. And thank you. Thank you for your attention span. Thank you all for the votes too. Wow, we got 16 votes in this gang. Apparently right now, most of us has healed deep wounds. What are some of the deep wounds? To get everybody else involved in a moment, as I go to this last person who has the zebra, it's going to be the 6th question. What are the deep wounds that you've healed? Chiron and Aries. What is one of those deep wounds? For me, I feel like the deep wound is that like I ever needed somebody else. Like honestly, like it's been the trap of like staying in the crib to be safe, like having to wait so long to feel emotionally safe enough to intimately bond with someone, but in a healthy way, and in the process denying the more unique parts of literally me as an Aries. I mean, it's just that simple. So that's like some of my deep wounds, and like that look like codependent relationships in the simplest form, but primarily as well within those codependent relationships, a reliance on the intuition of people who really never wanted the best for me. So it was only my experience to bring me back to, P, you have that level of intuition and better. And I'll get my last question here. Health, confidence, codependency. Appreciate you. Yeah, love. Oh, Clark say love. Appreciate it. Hit that bell bowl. Learning to let go and surrender. Chang. All that resonates. Chang. Where's my last question? I thought I saw one. J-Lo, are you still here? Intentions on how to move forward and charge for services. Take a trip abroad. That's your zebra. Literally, when you get the zebra card, it means pack your bags. You're getting ready to move soon. ASAP. pronto, okay? To the point where it's literally black and white. It's like, yo, take your trip, pack your bags. The zebra card literally means pack your bags. When I first left, I got the zebra card right before I was in Arkansas, Fort Smith, just recovering from a whole bunch of spiritual work that I was doing with a lot of people, right? I needed to like heal a lot of people, and I was like burnt out, drained, because I was doing a little bit, to be honest, it wasn't even like I was doing a little bit out of balance at that point, because it wasn't the case. I was going hard, but I was pretty much all doing it within balance, but it still was just like, I had to take one of those druid rest, okay? And then as I had that druid rest, I got kind of bored. Like it's like 4 months of rest. I was like, all right, 4 months, yo. Like that's a long time to be resting for me as a triple Aries, right? Like a whole lot of energy, Sag, Leo, all that energy. It's like, I don't need more rest. But that Scorpio rising in me did, the Cancer within me did. And so I had got this card. I took the trip, right? And part of what it was when I took the trip, I went out there with a mindset, and I ended up renting, actually part of this 12 house blessings, I got a Camaro, but I didn't have to pay for it, which was super dope. I had a Camaro on this trip. I was in San Diego, California. And then on top of that, it got even better. There's another car that I can't even remember what the car was. I don't know. What's the thing with the Hemi? What is that thing? A Challenger. I had like the Vin Diesel Challenger. So I'm in San Diego and I'm driving these two Challengers, one Challenger and a Camaro. I didn't even pay for it. You know, San Diego is super expensive. So it's like I didn't go out there with the worry of it. Instead, it's like I went bigger and I was rewarded because of it. And then next thing you know, I picked up 2 more clients in person on the spot. Another long-term client that I'm still working with now, okay? Literally still now. We're about a little over halfway through a 24-week program, one-on-one. We've been working with each other. And I got the zebra card. And right after that zebra card, it's like everything that I was essentially rewarded from there, it gave me the potential to actually move to San Diego, even financially, which is like, oh wow, like to be teaching spiritual business and being able to financially afford. Thank you all for those thumbs up. I see y'all just racking them up. Y'all super dope. To be able to afford that, it was great. And instead, the trip ended up being like, oh, am I going to go to Bali or Portugal instead? And it's like, no, San Diego. And I kind of went back and forth. This trip's abroad. And eventually it was me in Mexico. So a lot of y'all just saw me out there in Mexico. When I got this card, my entire business, my entire finances, it all changed. But it changed when I decided to book the ticket. I booked the ticket and then the money came. I've been getting a couple warnings, so I'm like, I'm going to stop. I'm going to slow down a little bit. I kid you not. It all came. This is a card of fire, by the way. And I'm going to give you, I forgot who that was for. Forgive me. I'll get your name in a second. I think it was, yeah, it's eccentric, it's creative, and it's a visionary. The zebras are one of the most precious gems. Young at heart, okay, well cultured, and have an undying curiosity about life. Being in the company of a zebra personality not only is a delight, but also it opens our minds. Be prepared. Their potent magic is contagious, and you may soon find yourself in a faraway land, expanding your worldview, 9th house, while having a blast. Zebras also like to contribute to the global health through environmental or volunteer work. And I think that right there is the key. You know, everywhere I go, like I always do environmental or volunteer work, charity work. Everywhere I go, I always do it. And none of this stuff ever hits the internet. None of you ever see this because it's like, is it really global charity work? If I'm out here promoting like, hey, look at me, guys, I'm being a nice person. It's like, no, it's like you should go do your due for you. And that will give you the blessings along the way. This card may be a hint to pack your bags. That's the last sentence. When you're out of balance, you are jaded, pouty, and vain. When you're in balance, you are worldly, enthusiastic, and fashion forward, which is interesting because around this time, like, I got a new piece. I got this, which is actually hand stitched in Kenya. a tribe from the Maasai people. Now here's the bigger irony. This is a fire card. The Maasai people, the Maasai people are the only tribe that's respected even above the Zulu tribe in Africa. And a woman that was living there for like 10 to 14 years or something like that, she got this from Kenya, Africa, and it was a part of my gift. And she also was one of my clients at that time frame. And I got this hand-stitched scarf that I've been wearing. Now, all of this was about going to faraway lands. It was about having the confidence to do it in a fiery, visionary type way. All I needed to do, all you need to do, is have the vision. J-Lo, all that was for you. Yep, to move forward, to charge for services. Yeah, that's it. That's what you need, baby girl. The Zulu. Oh wow, I kept saying I was waiting for my girls to graduate. They just committed for their college on May 1st, so they leave soon. Did you pack your bag? I literally, J-Lo, here's what I want you to do. May 1st? Is that like next year, May 1st? I lost you. Where'd you go? Where'd you go? Crap. I don't know where the hell that comment went. I don't know where that comment went. You said, I thought I saw, okay, wow, I kept saying, they just come in for college, for their college. Oh, they committed on May 1st, so they leave soon. Here's what I want you to do, J-Lo. I want you to pack a bag. Even if it's 4 or 5 months out, I want you to take the effort to pack a bag, and I want you to put it by your front door. I'm not kidding. You want to know how to move forward and be able to charge your services, I want you to pack a bag. You don't even got to pack it all the way to the brim. But pack an outfit for at least 4 days worth of a trip. Okay? You don't have to take a trip. But I want you to pack a bag. You know, I just want you to buy a flight for the time frame that you know that they're already gone. So it's like as soon as like, bye. It's like when you're when you're when your kids are in high school or something, like, you know, or your grandparents, you leave your grandparents' house and they just stay in the door and they wait until you're no longer in sight, and you look back and they're still waving at you. I want you to have that moment where your little girls are going off to college and you're at the door and you're like this. And they look back like, bye, mom. And you're like, and as soon as they're out of sight, you got your bag. Set the alarm, lock the door. Your flight is on the same day. And watch what happens. I'm never wrong with these things. When I feel what I feel right now, I promise you, I'm never wrong with these things. Whether you act on this or not, it's a different story. But I promise you, on everything I love and I know, that you will be rewarded handsomely for such a decision. And you got Jupiter and Chiron in Aries. Yeah, this is your wound finally making it heal. Bring yourself back to 2018. What was happening then? What was happening then? Shoot, you could hit me up. I'm liable to catch a flight anywhere if it lines up with the itinerary that is always moving for me. I'm out. Enjoy J-Lo. Yeah, give her some love. Matter of fact, everybody in the chat, go ahead and give J-Lo some encouragement and just let her feel that energy. She's out. The Swedish sound again. Ow. Yo, you know I got a whole bunch of past lives in me. You know what I'm saying? I got 88 on the screen. 888. Oh, give it to me. Oh, 48. 8888. Ah. Yeah, you know I got a whole bunch of past lives. So, you know, I'm sure I have Swedish in there somewhere. All right. Jupiter, Aries. Yes, yes, yes. I love community support. Yes, yes, yes. Cheer her on. She can go. Let's do it, mom. You go, girl. Oh, oh, oh. Go, J-Lo. Y'all so wild. I love y'all, yo. Y'all just got me. See, I'm over here trying to have my voice, and y'all got me over here ready to. I'm ready to rip out of. Yo, I can't wait till the day, and it's gonna be sooner than soon, But I'm going to do this energetically for you, J-Lo. If I had the means, and I used to do this in my day at some point, and I had to learn lessons because I'm just not, quite frankly, balling like I would, like I believe it. And sometimes I would buy your ticket if I literally had the means. I would literally on this live look up a ticket, find the cheapest one for the dates you gave me, and I would Zelle you the money. No 1 to 2 day transfer, just Zelle, just like right away. That's how much I believe in what you're about to do and where you're going. Catching flights, not feelings. No, I'm kidding. Feelings are great too. Just catch feelings and flights. Flights and feelings. You could be me. All right, here we go. I used to definitely catch flights and feelings. I'm not gonna lie. Okay, here we go. We flying, Jay. When you breathe in with your mouth and make that little sound with the air, it means, yes. Ja. I got it. Thank you all for those thumbs up, and thank you, Oclarse. You make me want to meet you, yo. Can I get a couch? Can I, if I fly into Sweden, can I get a couch? Because I know it's expensive out that mother. All right. Here we go. Release the jaw tension. Taking the couch, baby. All right, here we go. So those are the 6 of you. Taurus, you are up. You are 12th house. Taurus, you are also on rest. Taurus, you're not going to like the Jupiter and Aries transit so much because you're already going through the solar eclipse from April 30th. Then you got the lunar eclipse in Scorpio, your twin sister sign. Excuse me. On the 15th. You're a fixed sign, okay? You like preservation and conservation. So all these changes are very traumatic for you, Taurus. Somebody timestamp this, Taurus, because from Aries to Taurus, there's a wild gap. I know we just did a whole off segment, but I'm going to run through the 12 now. If somebody can timestamp where we at, Taurus. Because of this, you are now going to go through Aries. You also don't like new starts. Why? Because when you like what you like what you like, and you love it. So new starts on Aries, after all this switch up energy, it actually is obviously the best for you, because when you come to a grand closing like lunar eclipse in Scorpio, something has to be filled in, my little Taurus. Something must be filled in. The empty space in the void. 114. Bam. I have 14 angels with me at all times. I don't know why, I just feel like saying it out loud, but it comes from the 14th. I'm a 14th baby. All 14 babies. Anybody born on the 14th of any month, you are a legendary character. And you are guided by like warrior angels. Like you literally always 24/7 have warrior angels. If you were born on the 14th, September 14th, Clarse, okay, boom. September 14th, you literally have warrior angels. You have the ability to take bigger and grander risk than most people. Essentially, you, Clarse, will go through every new start you have. If it ever seems like the end of the world, you will make it. I promise you. I can talk about this from personal experience. For me, with 414, okay, it comes more about all my new starts. I like to stabilize, take the new start, stabilize. Literally, the one in the middle. I like to stabilize, in between new starts, stabilize. Where I will create certain foundations just so that I can take wild adventures. So like a 14s are like, they take wild adventures. Very sporadic, sudden moves will happen. But oftentimes you'll always just make it. I'm the 15th of September. Oh. 15th, I have no particular information about. But for the 14th, I do know very clearly that you have warrior angels. I got to be lucky enough to see a battle, an invisible battle, down a street, like my last week in Mexico, when I really needed to, like, again, rest. I'm on the longest rest break. I can't wait for me to just go back to war. I say that, but I'm enjoying the rest. And when I tell you, like, when I saw I don't know what the hell attacked me, but I went down a side street and I saw this guy in the Matrix. He had these circle glasses. I'm not kidding. He had these circle glasses and they were like down like this and he's leaning up against the wall. And I looked at him and as soon as I saw him, I was like, glitch. And then like seconds later, the wind in this alleyway that I was in, it just started. The whole street was a glitch. It just wasn't there. The wind just started. And something was literally attacking me, but my angels flew in with such velocity. They didn't even touch the thing or me, but the velocity that the angel flew in, it made the attack miss. And the attack came back again. It happened 3 times. And in the last one, there was just silence. And then this leaf just dropped, but very fast, way too fast for a leaf to drop off the side of my shoulder. And it was kind of one of these like, sping. Last one, the angel just took him out. And I got to watch this metaphysical battle in real life. And it was like my day off. It was a day off and it was a day out after an event where I was rewarded, one of my wounds, right? After I'd run events, I'd run the biggest, grandest events, and I would feel completely dissatisfied. I'd feel like, what did I do? What am I, like, almost like, you know, I'm sitting here changing thousands of people's lives, and I would just be like, I need to do more. I need to do another event. I need to keep working. I need to go send out emails, or I need to do this. I need. Everything from 2018 to 2022, Chiron in Aries has healed the first 9 degrees. The first 9 degrees. What's nice about 9 is beliefs. So my beliefs that I needed to keep going to prove myself or for something, I did well this time. After my event, this is just the last event I think I ran on the April 30th. No, it wasn't April 30th. It was the one before April 30th. And I just went out on a date and got some food. Like, oh my God, I can do that. I can just go out on a date and eat some food. I can do that. And this is part of one of my Aries and Chiron's wounds. Like I am worth not having to prove anything extra. And my reward on this was my angels pulling up on me and showing me this real life metal. I've never seen this before in my life. I've seen a lot of weird things, but I've never seen this. And my angels pulled up on me and they were like, no, we meant it, Pernell. We are rewarding you for listening. You are not overextending yourself and proving that you have to do more when you just changed lives. 30 plus of them on one backdoor event call. And it was really nice because I got pizza that day. I got a kombucha. I never ordered kombucha. It's like, what? Kombucha is mad expensive to be ordering at a restaurant, but I did it. And I didn't feel guilty. I felt like I deserved it. And it was great. And as soon as the battle was done, the leap ends, I come at the end of the street and GPS is like, you are here. And I was like, what? So like literally right when the battle ended, it was so symbolic. It was like, no, wow, I actually landed at my destination. Had no idea it was right there. I was still so amazed watching my angels, all my 14 babies out there, just going to war for me. And I'm like Aries, so I'm like, I'm used to going to war, feeling like I have to at every corner. And this is part of what Aries and Chiron is healing. You hear my little nephew crying? He's so cute. It's the whole reason when I came to the US, because Lord knows I don't step on this territory unless I have to. So I hope that story plays out to how Jupiter will reward you. Me just feeling like I can go do this as a part of this new step into my identity, the rewards will come. Dragon fights. It could have been dragons. I just assumed it was angels, but I know that I got a crap ton of dragons. And I had this other shaman guy, such a buffoon, but whatever. who was going to battle with me and my dragons one day. It was like in his own silent way. And I didn't even really pick it up until a little bit later. I mean, I did up front, but that's a different story. But I didn't really go at it. I didn't like go warrior mode on him. And I'm gonna leave that story alone because this is the internet, and I'm not really trying to be. I'm not trying to do all that. I'm not battling nobody. Born on Halloween, life path 4, life path 7, gang, dragon fights. Hey there, handsome. Hey, fairy. Pernell coming to the land of the Golden Cross. I really would love. I am coming to Europe. I am coming to Europe. So I'm going to keep that in mind. I'm not going to lie to you because I'm coming to Europe. Sweet soul. I am doing pretty well. I'm still resting. Sometimes it kind of annoys me a little bit because I'm like, but it's cool. Oh my God, I need your email. It's down in my, my email is down in my description. You should see admin@pernellbobby.com. There's also pernellbobby.zodiac@gmail.com. But the one is in my email. Or it's 14-degree portals, as I will call it. Yeah. Forest fairy babies. Hey, Faye took my pillowcase. Bang. Life path 9. I'm a 2-9-11, so I'm very familiar with the life path 9. Life path 9s, we in here because I primarily in the early stages of my life fell more into the 2 of a life path 11. I fell more into the 2, which is the codependent energy, the sensitive energy, the partnership energy, and I was denying my purpose. So life path 11s, for example, we'd run away from our 9 because 9 is just all purpose. Y'all just here for humanity. Y'all just, it's just purpose or death. So like, I don't mean to pick on you, Elijah, but earlier you had said something like, yeah, boom, how do I like kind of step into my purpose or something like that? And it's like, you got the mouse card, and the mouse is saying like, find more purposeful work. So that's the thing about life path 9s. Your life isn't fair. I'm not going to lie to you. Like, y'all get hit with circumstances that will force you to stand up for humanity. So it's just not fair, but it is what it is. Life path 22, for those who simplify, 4. I don't simplify 22. I call it 22. You're the master architect. I do not simplify 22. Although I do respect and feel the 4 within you. What links do I click to schedule? It's down. It's underneath in the description. It's underneath transits, current transits, and you'll see AstroTherapy, love readings, channel readings, enrichment via self-mastery. There's only like a 30-minute option or like an hour and a half. Yep, so it's down in the chat. It says Calendly/Zodiac/Pernell Bobby. And now's a good time because I almost have nothing to do because God has me on chill. Actually, I lied. Tomorrow I do have a reading. So I'm starting back up. Tomorrow I got a reading, and the day after that I got one in person here with a guy in Connecticut. So that was just ironic. That was just like sheer luck, which obviously does not really exist in this situation. I hear Pernell, I'm looking to Spain. Yes, to move the family due to what is happening here in Canada. Yeah, overbearing government. Yeah. I hear you. Yo, Canada's buck wild. I had friends. I had friends I met in Playa del Carmen when I was there, and y'all was closing borders and charging like $1,500 for people to be in hotels just to get in the country. I was like, Canada's buck wild right now. Y'all, I'm not gonna lie, it's bananas. Y'all restrictions is way too long. It's just weird. It's super weird. You're welcome, Soul Reaper. All right, Gemini rising, sun, moon, 11th house, gains, baby. Gemini, I know enough to know. I know a couple Geminis and Gem risings, and y'all been really struggling, believing in your hopes and your dreams, and a lot of it is about you. I'm gonna pull a card for you. A lot of it for Geminis is about, somebody timestamp this Gemini card at this time. Gemini. A lot of you are going through not believing in your hopes and your dreams, but primarily because you're just allowing too many thoughts. You're thinking too logically about what needs to be manifested metaphysically. So I don't want 3 cards. I'm gonna mix these 3. It's one of these for my Gemini. Uh-oh, I think I saw it. I'm gonna still feel it. I'm gonna feel it out. I've learned a technique that I'm gonna show you all. I learned this from a bruja. I'm gonna so use this finger as like a what is that tuning fork? Ding! And it tunes. You can do this tuning fork with your fingers. Gemini rising, rise up. Yeah. So, well, this is what I'm doing behind the cards. Okay. And essentially, you'll feel the. I already felt it. I felt it. I felt it in my thumb. What is the thumb? Willpower. I think will. Like, well, whatever. Right here. I just felt it, but I'll surface one more time. I know what I felt. Right here. Oh, okay, Gemini. This is the third eye. So what did I tell you? Gemini, this you're going through an 11th house transit. This is a card of spirit. It is a third eye. Okay, where all magical things happen. Gemini, you're the twins. So masculine, feminine, divinity in the middle. Okay, you masculine by itself is not enough. Feminine by itself is not enough. Them in unison equals what? Three, the Holy Trinity. There's three in absolutely everything. Okay, there's three in absolutely everything. Fire, water, spirit. What does blue and red make? Purple. What's purple? Third eye. I'm going to turn this light on back here so y'all can see me in the background. Okay. Oh. All right, that's a little better. Okay, y'all see I got the love in the back. So Jim, this is a card of spirit. It's your job right now to surrender to the fact that you're not in control. 11th house is hopes and dreams, but it's also friends. You are being required in order for this Jupiter and Aries transit, which is gonna retrograde June 28th. Sorry, it's gonna go there May 10th. It'll retrograde June 28th. You're being guided to access your networks. You do a lot of talking. We all know that, but it's time to be. It's time to call in on some of those superficial conversations that you've had, because you are a problem solver. So you keep trying to think about things with logic, but you have to, in this moment, not see with anything less than the mind's eye. Okay? The mind's eye is divinity. You are the twins. You have to bring your twins together. You have to bring the shadow and the light together. You have to bring the opposites that attract together. Bring the two sides of your personality, the one that's extroverted and introverted, together. What happens when you bring extrovert, introvert together? You have a magician. Okay? This is linked to the ajna, which is the third eye chakra. And you are at the brink. You're at the precipice of all of your hopes and your dreams just coming true. But it's going to come true like this. Because Gemini, you don't really do things head on. But Aries, Jupiter Aries is requiring you to be more bold, be more head on. Stop being so floaty. Stop being so windy. And you're going to benefit well, because fire and air does work well together. This transit will do wonders for you. It just will. So with this, it's all about connecting to higher wisdom, or divinity. I called it. Yep. It's difficult to see, hear, or think of a unicorn without immediately questioning if it's real. Did it ever exist? Perhaps. Long, long ago. The mind answers maybe, or it could be, or no way. This very contemplation explains our relationship with divinity, Gemini, and encapsulates our wavering belief in the unicorn. We wonder what divinity is. We wonder where our intuition comes from, and if we really can trust it. Instinct, Jupiter and Aries, gut level instinct. We wonder, is it male or female? Does it have a name? I'm not even going to read the rest of this card because you get it. You get it. The mind's eye can see beyond this day-to-day life into the deeper dimensions of our experience. This is the requirement for you. Anybody new in here, drop that thumbs up. Guilty, my ascendant. Yeah. J-Lo, this whole live has you on lit today, huh? This whole live got you on lit. Nakia Mack, what's going on? That's a new name. I've never seen you before. I just want to show you some love. Bryce, Gemini Rising, stand up. I see the black power up in here. Hey now, love it. Laugh out loud. As an Aries, I've been tired of not having anything to do. So I just received an email from my teacher that I have more homework. Yo, I feel you, yo. I'm like, yo, come on, God, give me something. But I really don't want it either because I'm tired. Thank you, Nakia. I see you in here. Castro and Pullix. Yeah, the God. Yes, God in mundane. Exactly. You know, there's a story about Catherine Pullix that I like. You know, you were the watchers over the sailors in a certain time frame of existence, and you used to keep the sailors who would get sick, and because they were drinking and sailing and be in the water for unknown and awkward amounts of time. And if they were to think about their situation, it would just make them sicker, right? So Gemini, the twins, Castor and Pollux, actually came to bring humor, to bring life, to bring light. Now, this is to a lot of sailors. All the sailors of the sea was a part of the responsibility, right? And so now what happens when they do guide those sailors to land? They now have a lot of friends, networks, 11th house, connections, right? That they can pull from. This is where the gains are at. So I need you to understand that 11th house, when you have Jupiter going through 11th house, this is phenomenal. This is expansion of every one of your hopes and dreams. You've already thought about it more than enough. So now it's time to let it go and see what the mind's eye. Look, J-Lo has a halo plate. Dang. It's charged up in here. Drop a thumbs up if you resonated with the Gemini reading. If it really worked. I see to expand them friends. Yeah. And mind you, this is the thing. You already have the friends, Gemini. You already have. You've talked to so many people. It's actually right now about call on them. Call on them. Ask them, hey, I got this flyer for my next event. For one of my hopes and my dreams, one of my aspirations. I got this flyer. If I tag you in this, can you just repost it on your profile? That's what it's about right now. It's about calling on them. It's about taking the initiative. Aries, Jupiter and Aries. Take the initiative to expand yourself through your friends. You've made so many friendships in your extroverted moments. Even though you have introverted moments, you've made so many friends. This is a time where it's like, you could literally ask somebody, one of your millionaire type friends, ask them, say, hey, look, like, can you front my business concept and idea right now? But you do this from the third eye. You do this from a place of divinity. So it's like you do this from the metaphysical. You don't have to. You just need to ask spirit for this right now. And they will bring you the right friend who will say, this is a great investment I shall make in you. Cancer, 10th house. You pretty much balling. Because, man, I really would like to take that message, but I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. Nope, not going to do it. I see somebody booked. Hey, I'll leave your name out of it, but thank you. I see you have booked a session. I'm going to leave your name out. That said, hey, what's up, Steph? How you doing? Cancer, Cancer, Cancer. Here we go. All right, so I remember you just recently went through an 11th house transit. I don't know what moon this was, but this was hopes and dreams being, in a sense, realized. But I think it was about a new moon and setting goals going forward. So right now, you're in the process of actually being known for your bold, brave, individual efforts that you're making will play into your new career, literally to the new social status and reputation that you take on. Thank you for that help out, Chiron and Taurus. Yeah. So this is about you essentially going back to 2018, look at that job and what you used to value in a sense that made you money, and understand what did that start teach you about what you need to know about your career and your profession now. This is how you, in a sense, don't go backwards, but you take the new, fresh, Aryan type start. This is what's required for you right now, Cancers. See, look at that. 1, 2, bang, bang. This is too many, but it's one of these three. So this is what I like. When you get this too many, then you can just bust that little fork tuning technique I was just talking about. And usually one of these things, because sometimes I'll just be like, nah, it goes back in the day. Uh-oh. Pinky. What is the pinky? I don't know. But my pinky is jumping. I need to do one extra step. My pinky's talking. I know what limit is. But I have a palmistry photo on my computer right here. Nope, that's one-on-one clients. Wrong one. All right, palmistry. Okay, pinky is Scorpio. 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 Where's Scorpio at in your chart? Sorry, I'm rubbing my toe. Is that you? Cause I'm like, it's messing with my stuff, messing with my tune-up fork. My pinky was just like shaking. I was like, it's like, pick me, pick me. I'm getting Scorpio, Libra, or Sag, but I really feel like it's Scorpio. Mercury. Yes, Mercury. Okay, let's do this one more time. Here. Ooh, it's time to have fun. So for my Cancers, risings primarily, sun next in line, moon will count. It's time to have fun. The otter is just like completely a joyful creature. It's really not worried about work and what is it going to do, how is it going to do it. It just allows itself to have so much joy in all the simplest things in life. For you and your new reputation, it needs to be fun. This is a non-negotiable. If you look back to 2014, your job probably wasn't fun. It probably was full of too much stress. And it's like, look, you need to choose this next career opportunity and this new fresh start, this new expansion of your character, to look back at those wounds from 2018 to now around your identity and say, what about this that just drained the hell out of me and it didn't allow me to have fun? And then grant yourself wisdom, the wisdom of the otter. And that will allow you to access your emotions, because this is a water card, and that emotions will take you into the darkness, okay? That essentially is all around you. This is the metaphysical. This is like the place you want to be in meditation. But in that middle, you'll see, in a sense, that light. And that light will often just make you feel like, yes, this for me is fun. This is creative. This is the new identity that I want to embody uniquely. Everything like Leo. And if you do that, and when you do that, that will be the right new career start for you. That's what I have. As I look at heart, so I know that was right because I see heart right now. That's you for my Cancers. That's what I'm feeling. That's what I got. Didn't know I can do that. Sorry, rub my toes. I told you I'm a highly sensitive man. I be sensing everything. It's mad funny. If you're brand new on here, go ahead and drop that thumbs up. We are now actually on Leo. Leo, take a trip. Ninth house. Every time I hear ninth house, I'm like, take a trip. Either you taking a trip or you're creating a new belief that used to be stuck in. You used to be stuck in an old belief around what has not allowed your character to expand. Likely it's because you put too much validation on, what you could or couldn't do on other people. And if you, this is the one. Yeah. Restless. Okay. The first thing I get with the fish is that you have to stay. I can't wait for Chiron Returns. The fish is restless. It never stops moving. Okay, it's a card of water, and it also is attached to this moon. But you notice this is a red moon. That's the first thing that I got. I have another book that speaks about the red moon, so I don't know what that is right now off the top of my head. Oh, crap. Leo is in there. I do know. I do know. And I know where it's at. Oh, man. Sometimes I impress myself. I always impress myself. Okay, here we go. Look at this childlike excitement. Okay, there's a red moon. I have this right here. Oh, where are you? Where are you? Nope, that's the wrong one. It's gonna be this one. Give me what I want. 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 This is Aries. Give me what I want. Give me what I want. Give me what I want. Okay. Okay. Where you at, Leo? Yep, Luna Rojo. This is in Spanish, so. Isis. Leo risings. You need to tune into Isis, okay? Isis is the god of the moon. I believe in Egyptian culture. You got Horus, Isis, and Set. Horus, Isis, Set. And this is about preservation. So fixed signs love preservation. And if I see this here, it kind of says that there's another missing element. There's something that I'm missing. I know it and I feel it. I'm not going to cut you short. Yes. Somewhere you got lost in the sauce. You got lost in the current. Okay, Leo? And right now it's about changing your focus. So you focused on preserving something, maybe a relationship, likely a relationship, because the opposite of Aries, Jupiter in Aries is, if you go back 2018 to 2022, this is definitely clicking now. There's a relationship that you essentially got fixated in, okay? You got fixated. And the thing about that is you get consumed in life's currents, okay? So you probably got yourself in a space where you begin to move. You just kept moving. But in a way where you weren't really going anywhere, rather than just running away from all of your enemies, all of your threats, okay? Because fishes don't have any real life defenses. They can only run. They don't just turn around and like buff their chests up. But that doesn't really work very well for you, Leo. Like, you know, it takes away some of your shine, some of what makes you the sun. And there's only one sun. There's only one moon. And we all need and depend on it. So we need and depend on you. So right now, Leo, ninth house, new Jupiter expansion, looks like that trip will help you to change your focus. This is what I got. So instead of moving around in your local environment around all the things you already know, take the trip, do something that helps you change your focus. Because you've been trying to preserve something, and something around the wounds that you've had with Chiron and Aries likely got you stuck in something that you knew was done, you know? Yeah, look, when in balance, this card travels well. When you're out of balance, you're distracted and you change your mind too often, because the ninth house is about part of your beliefs. The recommendation of this card is to actually set a small goal and just accomplish it. We have red moon. Let me see what that says. We have a red moon. Total lunar eclipse coming May 16th in Scorpio. Thank you for the support. Thank you for the support. I knew it. I was like, Pinky. I was like, wait, are you, Pinky? And I looked, and there was 3 options on there. And it was between Libra, Sag, and Scorpio. And I was like, no, it's definitely Scorpio out of this. But I didn't put that together. You rock. I did see the red moon. Thank you, J-Lo. You were awesome. So that's you, Leo. Essentially, this lunar eclipse about to rock your shit. It's about to rock you. It's rocking every fixed sign. So I'm a Scorpio rising, so let's be real. It's gonna rock me too. I mean, it's already rocking me. Like I'm like incapacitated. Like I can't even move. I haven't even taken a walk. I've not left the house in like 2 days. I'm so used to walking all day. So yeah, Leo, it's rocking what you've been preserving. Probably what you've probably been preserving is obviously wherever else, it's yourself. Okay, Leo rising, it's yourself if it's Leo rising. But you can apply that to where Leo sits in your chart specifically. That preservation says, look, it's time to change your focus. That's you. Virgo, 8th house. There's been some dramatic change for you, Virgo. Something that has been almost like just deathly, you know. There's been a closure, and the beauty is Jupiter in Aries is opening a brand new start. Something for you has finally rocked your mental space. It's rocked your mental space in a way where you really need this new start. You really needed that closure. You really recognize that, like, you needed to get punched in your mouth. You know, I say that all of this with like so much love. I really do. Thank you for those likes, thumbs up. But I say this with love. Like, so one of the last girlfriends that I actually dated, I really liked her a lot. Like, I thought we were going somewhere like special. If I'm being honest, I was like, oh shit, we're about to change the world, and we're already doing it. And it felt great. And she was a Virgo rising, and then with a Virgo moon. And, you know, I really loved that girl. I really, really did. And what I recognized is we were really deeply intimate. At least that's what I believed. And there are other parts of her that was not there. And so it was kind of my surprise, but also was in my stage where it's like, I'm not really, I've learned my different lessons. Like, you know, it's like these things used to take me off kilter, but it just didn't. And it was one of those things where I recognized that, like, she's never been punched in her mouth. And I say that with love. When I say she's never been punched in her mouth, I'm not talking about physically punching somebody. I'm saying she's never met a good guy. She's never just met I'm calling myself just a good dude. She's never just met a good guy. And when she recognized, probably right around now, like in timeline, I'm only using this as an example. So this may not actually be true, right? It's just a personal feeling that I have, a belief in myself, but it doesn't make it true. And I really wish her the best. But she recognized that she really effed up with me. She thought I was just some random dude, and I didn't really make it a point to show anything spectacular beyond being myself. So Virgo, 8th house, this is intimacy, deep intimacy, the marriage level intimacy. And it's like you're going through this as the expansion through Jupiter in 8th house. You are likely coming through a full-scale psychological transformation. Whatever that is, something has rocked you. It has really shown you that all the details you analyze, it just ain't cutting it. It just was not enough to bring you what you really wanted. But the beauty is, it's bringing you a fresh new start. It's bringing you a closing and ending, but it's bringing you something beautiful that it's like, you know, and this is why I like when I say all what I just said, like, I truly wish the best. Like, honestly, she's just an amazing person. Like, point blank period, she's an amazing person. So regardless if it's not me, somebody will make her very, very happy, and she will be very, very happy. I'm convinced of this, and she is really a critical part in and in shaping and leading the world. And so, you know, we had our own whatever karmic relationship that needed to happen. So the point behind this is this great psychological change, whatever has did whatever, closed and began anew. It's starting something beautiful for you. And you're going to learn how to invest your energy with another while still being an individual yourself. You're going to learn how not to lose yourself, but also deeply be intimate with somebody else and get to the point where you can start to share your resources, 8th house Virgo, in a way that will basically come without a lack of trust, without skepticism, without like this paranoia behind, you know, can you really be that good? You know, can you all of that stuff? Whether it's, are you too good to be true? Whether it's like, oh, I got $1 million in my bank. Like, do I really got $1 million in my bank? You're going to be able to get to this transformation, whatever this thing that rocked you and closed up things, it's bringing you to a place where you're starting off brand new and you're going to be all good, Virgo. Ooh, Aries Jupiter in the 5th. I like how that sounds, baby girl. Definitely expanded 5 times my 5 pregnancies. Chin checked, as I would nicely say. Yo, you know what's funny about that? And I'll say this. When I knew it was done for me was the day I wanted to chin check her. I was like, you know, your neck, you know, when somebody do something that's so out of pocket, you got to turn your neck all the way upside down. Oh, let's not go to the boxers. Okay. It was one of those moments. It was like, yo, I know that I gotta make my exit because I should not want to hit anybody like this. Like, you being stupid. You just fucking dumb. And again, I say that with love. So I laugh when you say the chin check, because what? That's when our deepest wounds heal, propelling us to healer, to be born. But I'm curious what Pernell thinks about Chiron returns. What do I think about Chiron returns? In truth, full truth, I have not thought much about a Chiron return at all. So I can't speak about that from any experience. If I spoke about it from a theoretical standpoint, okay, just as an astrologer, what do I think about Chiron returns? I mean, eventually that deepest wound is when you finally come back and you return it, you're able to give to people in that way. Like the thing that used to hold you back so much and that you could just never get, the hump you could never get over, you've officially found a way to accept that some parts of that wound just won't heal, and it never was meant to. It was meant to stay in order to be a reminder for why and how you can give that greatest gift to the next person, because that's the whole point of Chiron. It's like it's supposed to stay. The wounded healer can't heal himself, but he goes off and he heals others with the same wound as a part of, like, in a sense, retribution, or even like from a sense like duty. Okay, like it happens from a sense of like duty. What's your type, Fatima? Wow, that's aggressive. I'm like, my man Elijah, like, I'm trying to come at you, Fatima. What's your type? Unless I just misread something. Oh, he's talking about projector human design. Thought my man was in the comments like, yo, shorty, can I get your name? Can I get your number? Can I get it? Can I have it? I actually have a premiere coming up in 6 minutes, which is wild. Literally, I'm actually going to take that premiere. So I'm going to give you the short, rapid version, because whoever is on here, I recommend you go see the premiere. This one's primarily, I won't lie, about Scorpio risings. I might have to do a part 2 on the Jupiter rise. I'm going to do a part 2 because I got 10 days. What is it? The 10th? Yeah. I got 6 days. So I'm going to do a part 2 because Virgo was the halfway point. In 6 minutes, this next premiere is starting. So in the meanwhile, what I'll do is a group reading for everybody. This is only going to be part 1. I can make a little mini adjustment in the description. I'm going to say right now, part 1. And that way, the forecast that came out will just be for people in part 1. Part 1. Just that simple. And in the meanwhile, I got 6 minutes. So until that next premiere, this is primarily for Scorpio risings. I will be honest. It is like 45 minutes, and I came across some very miraculous revelations. The peace stealer was in my dream, as well as another astrologer named Kapil. And I think the title of it is, like, the actual cover photo of it is like, oh my God, I married my ex. And I've been having prolific dreams, and those dreams have been more like prophecies. And it actually led me to a guy named Santos Bonacci. I believe he's Italian. He lives in Mazunte, really close, 40 minutes away from where we're going to be at the retreat site. I'm going to try to find him and reach out to him. And I feel like I'm fated, supposed to meet this guy. And he lives literally in a retreat. I'll be there a month and a half before the retreat begins in Mexico. So shout out to the 8 women that's coming. If any of you are here, dope. And I met this man in my dreams, and I've never met him in real life. And the same night, like 8 hours later, somebody hits me up and they're like, yo, check this video. And it's the man from my dreams. And I'm like, that's not possible. Like, I've never met this guy. So it feels like an entirely fated moment. But I'm expressing that dream, and primarily how it has to do with Scorpio risings going through this lunar eclipse, and how we are officially at the point where we're ready for new love. We're ready to forgive ourselves for the obscene nonsense that we've dealt and handled with in this life cycle. So definitely y'all check that out. We got 4 minutes into that premiere. So here's what I'm going to do. Black Panther. I'm going to Black Panther again. It's crazy. Black Panther, I know, means destroy. It means like, it's like the dark intelligence of the feminine. It's like put obstacles in your way so that you can basically clear it, like with a blazing flame, and start from something brand new. I'm breaking this up. Here's the overall energy for the Jupiter and Aries and the Chiron of what y'all need to know before you get out of here in this next 3 minutes. Here is what you need to know. And I'm going to pull 2 cards, and this is going to primarily be about what you need to know now, potentially even the challenge associated with that. This is the challenge and what you need to know. We got this card a little bit earlier. And what you need to know is divinity has you by the horns. And it will put you where you need to be. So don't fight this energy. Your challenge is, like what we said earlier, everything Gemini. Stop asking so many questions about how am I going to do it? Because again, Jupiter and Aries will expand everything you give it. Stop asking questions about how am I going to do it? Because again, Jupiter will do to do. Thank you. I just got an email from a deposit, somebody on the live. I'm not going to say who you are, but I want to say thank you very much. I do appreciate your contribution. And this, this card says divinity. You can't keep asking a divine source, how does it work? Okay. Jupiter and Aries, this Chiron and Aries, all of this is in such alignment for you that asking questions will really ruin the magic of this card. You have to allow yourself to feel the moon, feel the divinity and the flow of how the moon will shift the tides. So for you, the moon is shifting, divinity is shifting the tides for you right now as we speak. And the questions that you're asking is essentially an insult. You need to let go. And this is the last one. This is how you move forward. This card represents Gemini. I know Fatima is in here. She has this same deck. This card is Gemini. This basically says stop being so sarcastic and heckling. Stop laughing and basically distracting yourself with laughter to hide up certain insecurities. Understand that this dark, this shadow, this is the 1, 2, 3. You see me? You see me? 1, 2, 3. Like I said, there's 3 in everything. There's the left, the right, and divinity. Masculine, feminine, divinity. You need all 3. You need the 2 together to make the 3. You have to allow yourself to be 1. This is the path forward. Stop thinking that all of this is such a game. Stop thinking that spirituality, divinity, and a higher essence, a higher power is something to joke with, especially if you just don't want to embrace everything divine about you. It's time to quit that. It's done. Jupiter and Aries. Aries doesn't play games. Aries just go for the gold. It just goes for it. It doesn't ask questions. It figures it out on the way. And that's what you have to understand about Jupiter and Aries. It's cardinal energy. You push forward and the rest just comes. And there we go. I see the premiere starting up right now. So I think that gives it like 1 minute and 30 seconds as it starts this premiere phase. This is that. And I just want to kind of finish that with one saying, if you're new, like this button, throw that like up, thumbs up on this. This is a fire card. Fire means like, let that fiery, literally it's fire. Look at the element, it's fire. Let that fiery element roll, baby. Let that thing push you forward. The hyena's humor, wit, and sarcasm. This personality is a jokester, a crowd pleaser. But below the surface, there's unfulfilled dreams to be realized. Divinity. Unfulfilled dreams to be realized. When the hyena card appears, it's time to reflect the moon on your reliance on sarcasm and humor to express your truth. Third eye, that's truth, baby. Ajna. You are using jokes to hide old resentments in relationships. Ooh, Libra opposite of Aries. This is what you have to watch for 2018 to 2022. Or to mask things that you feel uncomfortable discussing. What do you feel uncomfortable discussing? Drop that answer in the chat. Let's just discuss it. Let's just bring it out. Okay, let's just reflect as a community, as a group. What would happen if you took your goals seriously? That is definitely the cap. When you're out of balance, you're being scrappy, petty, and suspicious. When you're in balance, you're charming, witty, and you're fun to be around. To bring yourself into balance, you have to focus on sobriety. Get sober. Get sober in your thoughts. Get sober in your bloodstream. And get sober in the reality of the dreams that have been left unfulfilled. Get sober and embrace the divinity within you. I would love for y'all to join me for this premiere. Like I said, Scorpio risings is the main impact. I would say Taurus risings, Taurus and Scorpio, y'all two would really apply. Unless you've had a dream when you married your ex. Because I married my ex in my dream. And it's funny because I actually admitted and I talked about her today in this live. The one that was about to get chin checked. I love her though. I really love her. She's awesome. I wish the best. And I'll see y'all soon. Big love. I thought about the Lion King the other day. And glad it's continuing. You're blessed. Absolutely. So this will be part one. I will do You Needed This Truth. Thank you, Nakia. I love the name Nakia, by the way. Ignite That Inner Savage. Bang. Yes, good movie to watch this season. Check out your Decode Your Reality. Yeah. Y'all rock. I see y'all on the premiere. Big love.